Hi, I'm Natsuko. I'm a regular office worker living in Tokyo. Lately, I've been so tired from adult life, so today I'm heading to Hakone, a hot spring town about 2 hours from Tokyo, to slow down and relax. Recently, someone on my team suddenly had to take time off, so I joined an extra project and work has been insanely busy. On top of that, a qualification I was supposed to take by the end of March somehow got moved up to December, so I have been studying like crazy. And of course, December in Japan is always full of year-end parties, Christmas events and everything else, so I'm completely exhausted. Today, I'm going to forget everything for a while and just relax. And look, you can see Mount Fuji so clearly from the window. It's amazing. I think it's been about 1 or 2 years since I last came to Hakone. I usually come by car, but taking the train this time was actually really nice. I finally got to read some of the books I have been meaning to finish. I arrived just before lunchtime, so of course the first thing I did was eat. Look at this place, it's such a beautiful old-style Japanese house. This restaurant specializes in yuba rice bowls, and even though it's a weekday, there was already a line before it opened. Honestly, on a weekend, there's no way you'd get in. I was supposed to meet my mom here, but she's taking forever to arrive, so I already sat down and ordered. You know, modern life, we are always in a hurry. And actually, when I met my mom again for the breakfast for the next morning, she was 15 minutes late, so the moment I sat down, I ordered right away. Time is precious, efficiency first. So this is simmered yuba. You pour it over rice and eat it. Yuba is made from soy milk. When soy milk is heated, a thin skin forms on the surface. That's yuba. It's very light and gentle, but also really rich in flavor. By the way, is December busy at work in your country too? Or is it just Japan that gets really hectic at the end of the year? Also, does it happen in your workplace that teammates suddenly take time off because of mental health issues? I've had about one person like that on almost every team I've worked on. It makes me feel like mental health among Japanese workers isn't in a very good place. Personally, I sleep well and eat well, so no matter what happens at work, I usually feel pretty okay. Maybe Japanese people are just very kind, nice, and tend to push themselves a little too much. Now that I'm full, let's do a little sightseeing. There's a shrine here called Hakone Shrine. Actually, I came to Hakone once before on my university graduation trip. But Hakone had so many places to see, we didn't have enough time. So in the end, we split into 2 groups. One group went to the shrine and the other went to a museum. And back then, I was in my full-on rebellion against God's faith. So of course I chose the museum, which means this is my very first time visiting Hakone Shrine. By the way, was your family very religious? Mine wasn't really. We didn't have many religious events at home. But on my mom's side of the family, praying and visiting temples and shrines was kind of strongly encouraged. When I was job hunting and things weren't going well, instead of giving practical advice like, maybe try this at your interview, they would say things like, it's because you haven't been praying lately. And honestly, that never made sense to me. As I got older, I started to really dislike being told what to believe. I actually love shrines and temples themselves, but when I see people forcing religion or beliefs onto others, it makes me feel uncomfortable. By the way, take a look at this water basin. Usually at shrines, there's a big stone basin filled with water and you use a wooden ladle to wash your hands. But here, it's shaped like a dragon's head. Isn't it beautiful? Apparently, this is because a 9-headed dragon is enshrined next to this shrine. This path I'm walking on is actually the shrine's main approach. The sunlight coming through the trees is just beautiful, isn't it? By the way, do you watch Studio Ghibli films? I'm so Japanese at this point that whenever I see sunlight filtering through trees like this, I immediately think, this feels like Ghibli scene. So I was wondering, when people outside of Japan say beautiful nature like this, is there something it reminds you of? I'd love to know. After leaving the shrine, it's time to hop on a sightseeing boat. If you watched my Osaka travel vlog, you probably know this already. I really love taking boats when I travel. The moment I get on a boat, I instantly feel like, oh, I'm really on a trip. When I was a kid though, my sense of balance was terrible. I would get horribly seasick, so boats were basically a big no for me. But today, there were about 100 elementary school kids running around full of energy on a boat, and I couldn't help but wonder, are kids these days just incredibly strong when it comes to motion sickness? It's actually pretty windy today too. And it looks like we've arrived. One ride cost 2,000 yen, that's about $13, so before getting off, let's take a quick look around the whole boat. By the way, our boats are places like Disney like this too. For some reason, I always imagine Disney boats just floating there and not really moving. Do they actually move? After the sightseeing boat, I'm heading to Owakudani, so it's time to take the ropeway. Owakudani is a volcanic valley with active steam vents and sulfur gas. To be honest, when you go there, all you really do is feel the power of nature. But places like this don't exist everywhere, so if you come to Hakone, it's definitely worth stopping by. Actually, I'm planning to stay at a hot spring hotel in Hakone after the new year. And when I look it up on the map, it seems to be located somewhere along this Ropeway route. The reviews said things like, a hidden retreat in a secluded area. But honestly, at this point, I'm like, there's no way I can even get there, right? Look at this everyone, this is Owakudani. You can see steam and gas coming out from everywhere, it's intense. The view is amazing, but honestly, that sulfur smell is pretty strong. Still, thanks to all this volcanic activity, Hakone has such wonderful hot springs, so in the end, Hakone is still the best. I'd love to stay here a little longer, but honestly it's really windy today. They announced that the ropeway might stop within the next 30 minutes, so I think it's time to hurry back. So after all that, I finally made my way down from the valley. My body is freezing, so let's take a break with a warm Japanese snack. This is matcha zenzai. It's a sweet red bean soup with mochi inside, served with warm matcha tea. It's perfect for cold days like this. Honestly, it was so cold that I rushed through filming here, but inside the shop, the counter is actually shaped just like this zenzai bowl. Did you notice? I love these little design details, they are so thoughtful. You can find zenzai in many places, but matcha zenzai is actually pretty rare, so I'm really glad I got to try it. And now my body feels completely warm again. Food is delicious and it's fun, I really love it. But at the same time, I don't want food to become my only hobby. This is just my personal feeling, but since we need food to live, when food becomes the main thing I look forward to, it sometimes means I don't have much else that excites me at the moment. So when I notice that I'm thinking about food all the time, I take it as a sign and I try to focus on other things too. Things that makes me curious or things I want to work toward. After the zenzai, I grabbed a few more sweet treats around the shopping street near the station. Things like dango and even gelato, even though it was so cold. This gelato shop is actually my favorite around the Tokyo area. I really think it's the best. So I'm so happy I got to have it again this time. It was amazing. After eating as much as I wanted, I'm going to soak in a hot spring and then head home. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I know the end of the year can be really busy, but please take care of yourself and don't push too hard. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!